The story of the hamburger, more than just a meal tonight. Let us tell a story that feels familiar, comforting, and quietly meaningful. A story about a food that almost everyone knows. A food that is simple, popular, and deeply connected to modern life. This is the story of the hamburger. At first glance, a hamburger seems ordinary. A bun, a patty, perhaps some cheese, lettuce, and sauce. But behind this simple meal lies a long journey, one shaped by travel, change, and human creativity. The story begins far from bright fast food signs and busy city streets. Long ago in Europe, people learned that finely chopped meat could be shaped, cooked, and shared easily. In the German city of Hamburg, seasoned beef was popular among sailors and workers. It was filling, practical, and satisfying. When people from Europe traveled to America, they brought their food traditions with them. Among those traditions was minced beef served simply and cooked quickly. Over time, this idea changed and adapted to a new land. America was growing fast. Cities were expanding. People worked long hours and needed food that was quick, affordable, and filling. Street vendors began selling cooked beef patties between slices of bread. It was easy to eat, easy to carry, easy to enjoy. Slowly, the hamburger was born. It did not begin as a symbol of excess or speed. It began as a solution for hunger, a solution for time, a solution for busy lives. As years passed, the hamburger followed the rhythm of society. Restaurants opened. Diners became popular. Families sat together in booths, ordering burgers and fries, sharing conversations after long days. The hamburger became more than food. It became part of daily life. It appeared at roadside stops during long journeys, at backyard barbecues on warm afternoons, at school cafeterias, late-night diners, and quiet moments alone. Each hamburger told a small story. Some were carefully prepared, grilled slowly with care. Others were made quickly, wrapped in paper, eaten on the move. Yet both served the same purpose: to comfort and satisfy. As the world changed, so did the hamburger. Chefs experimented. People added cheese, bacon, onions, mushrooms, sauces, and spices. Different cultures introduced their own flavors. In some places, burgers became spicy. In others, sweet or smoky. Vegetarian and plant-based burgers appeared, reminding us that food evolves with values and choices. The hamburger became a reflection of society itself. Flexible, adaptable, always changing. But no matter how much it transformed, one thing remained constant. The hamburger was always meant to be accessible. It was never meant to be distant or exclusive. It was food for everyone. There is something deeply human about the hamburger. It is held with two hands. It is eaten without ceremony. It invites you to slow down even briefly and enjoy the moment. In a world that often feels rushed and demanding, the hamburger offers a quiet pause. A reminder that nourishment does not always need to be complicated. It teaches us simplicity has value. Sometimes, the most meaningful experiences are not the most expensive or impressive. They are the ones that meet us where we are, tired, hungry, and in need of comfort. Think of how many memories include a hamburger. A first job meal after a long shift. A family road trip stop. A late-night conversation with friends. A quiet moment alone reflecting on the day. The hamburger does not ask questions. It does not judge. It simply offers itself. Over time, critics have debated its health, its speed, and its place in culture. But even these discussions show how deeply the hamburger is connected to our lives. We talk about it because it matters. Like many things created to solve simple problems, it became something larger. The hamburger reminds us of an important truth. What we create to serve people can grow beyond its original purpose. When made with care and intention, even the simplest idea can travel the world. Today, hamburgers are found in almost every country. Each place adds something unique: local bread, local spices, local traditions. And yet, when you take that first bite, the feeling is familiar. Warm, filling, comforting. As you listen tonight, perhaps you are not hungry for food but for something else. For rest, for calm, For connection. The story of the hamburger quietly reminds us that life does not always need complexity. That comfort often comes from small, familiar things. And that shared experiences, no matter how simple, can create lasting meaning. So, as the night deepens and your thoughts slow, remember this gentle lesson. Even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary stories. And sometimes, all we need is something simple to remind us that we are human. The hamburger teaches us that value is not always found in perfection, but in usefulness, warmth, and shared moments. May you rest tonight knowing that simplicity has its own quiet wisdom. Good night, and thank you for listening.